The morning light filters softly through the curtains. You slowly swing your legs over the side of the bed and pause. Your feet find the floor, but the strength doesn't come right away. Your legs feel heavy, stiff. A quiet ache reminds you of the years gone by. You take a breath and try to stand. It's slower than it used to be. You're not in pain exactly, but something is missing. That solid, effortless confidence in your step, the kind you used to take for granted. And maybe, just maybe, you've started to wonder if this is just how it goes. You've watched friends and loved ones slow down. Some need canes. Some have had falls. And you wonder quietly, will that be me too? But then, in a still moment, with the kettle steaming in the background or a familiar song on the radio, a different thought surfaces. A memory of walking briskly through the park, of dancing at a wedding, of hiking a gentle trail with laughter and ease. You ask yourself, is it too late to feel strong again? Can I walk without fear, without fatigue? And here's the truth. No, it's not too late, not even close. You haven't lost your strength. You've just misplaced the habits that kept it alive. And today, we're going to find them again. 3 simple daily habits, gentle, natural, powerful, designed not just to restore the strength in your legs, but to renew your confidence, your freedom, and your joy. So, settle in. This isn't a lecture. It's a quiet conversation between you and someone who believes in your strength, because aging isn't the end of vitality. It's the beginning of knowing what really matters. Let's talk about something few people truly prepare us for. Not just growing older, but staying strong as we do. You see, leg strength isn't just about muscles. It's about freedom. It's about getting up from a chair without needing a helping hand. About walking confidently through your kitchen without worrying about a slip. About making plans, visiting the grandkids, going to the store, strolling through a garden, and trusting your body to get you there. And yet, after 65, that strength can begin to fade quietly. Not all at once, not dramatically, just a slow creeping change, a little more fatigue, a little less balance, a fear, small but growing, that one wrong step could mean a fall. And that's the moment when the world starts to shrink. You say no more often. You stay home instead of going out. You watch from the sidelines instead of joining in. Not because you want to, but because you're unsure if your body can keep up. But here's the truth, one that too few doctors or magazines will say out loud. Losing strength after 65 is common, but it's not inevitable. Your body still listens to you. It still responds to care, to movement, to nourishment, just like it always has. You don't need a gym membership, or fancy supplements, or overwhelming routines. You need something more meaningful. Daily habits that fit your life, respect your pace, and awaken your strength, bit by bit, day by day. In this video, we'll explore 3 simple research-backed habits you can start today to restore the strength in your legs. No gimmicks, no pressure, just real, doable steps, rooted in science and guided by compassion. Because this isn't about turning back the clock. It's about turning back to yourself and taking back control, one quiet, powerful choice at a time. Let's pause for a moment and consider something that might surprise you. What if the weakness you feel in your legs isn't just getting old? What if that slow, sinking feeling, the unsteadiness, the lack of power, the fatigue after a simple walk, isn't just your age catching up with you, but your body whispering for help? See, aging gets blamed for everything, but the truth is, your body never stops communicating. It never stops trying to heal, to strengthen, to move. It just needs the right conditions. Imagine this, a garden that's gone dry. The flowers look tired, drooping. You might assume it's just their season to fade. But then, someone comes along and gently waters the soil, and in just a few days, those same flowers begin to lift their heads again. Your body is that garden. It may seem slower, more fragile, but deep inside, it still holds the blueprints of strength. And sometimes, all it takes is the right care, at the right moment. Have you ever wondered, what if this weakness isn't permanent? What if I've just been missing one or two key habits that nourish my legs, my muscles, my energy? Because the truth is, many seniors unknowingly live with deficiencies, not just in nutrients, but in movement, hydration, and even in small daily routines that once gave their bodies rhythm and resilience. These gaps don't show up overnight, but over time, they quietly wear down your strength. The good news? You can fill those gaps gently, naturally, powerfully. Over the next few minutes, we're going to walk through 3 daily habits that can restore leg strength in ways that feel almost magical. Simple changes that wake up your muscles, support your bones, and bring back confidence with every step you take. So if you've ever caught yourself wondering, is there anything I can do? The answer is yes. And we're about to begin. Your body is like a house. As the years pass, it may creak a little more. The foundation may seem more fragile, but it still stands strong. And just like a house needs regular maintenance to stay sturdy, your body needs the right nourishment to keep moving, to keep strong. For most of us, nutrition doesn't get the attention it deserves as we age. We think we've outgrown the food as fuel mindset. After all, we've spent years learning to listen to our bodies in different ways. But here's the thing. After 70, nutrition isn't just about staying full. It's about staying strong. Consider the story of Ruth, a vibrant 72-year-old who loves to garden. A few months ago, she was struggling with stiffness in her knees and legs. It wasn't anything that outright stopped her, but she found herself needing to sit down more, feeling tired after just a few hours in the garden. One day, Ruth's daughter came to visit and suggested something simple. "Mom, let's try adding more of those healthy fats you read about, like avocado and nuts, into your meals." Ruth didn't think much of it at first, but decided to give it a go. Within 2 weeks, she felt something shift. Her legs weren't as heavy. She didn't need to sit down as often. She wasn't running marathons, but she was able to bend and move with more ease. Why? Because the healthy fats Ruth added to her meals, along with vitamins from fruits and veggies, helped her body rebuild and repair the cells that fuel her leg muscles. Fats support joint health. Proteins help rebuild muscle tissue. Fiber and minerals maintain bone health and keep energy steady throughout the day. Have you ever noticed how different foods affect your body? Maybe you've felt energized after a fruit-filled smoothie or a wholesome home-cooked meal. But you've also probably felt sluggish after a quick snack of processed food, or noticed your legs aching after a day of not eating the right things. The truth is, what you put in your body today will affect your strength tomorrow. And if you're not nourishing it properly, you're missing out on the chance to bring back the vitality you once had. So, the first step toward regaining strength in your legs is to start with food, not just to fill up, but to fuel and restore. We'll dive deeper into what exactly to eat in the coming habits. But remember, the body thrives when it's treated like the valuable thing it is, fed, nourished, and cared for. It's easy to overlook, but your gut health is one of the most powerful players in your overall strength, especially as we age. You've heard it before. Trust your gut. But as you've gotten older, have you ever paused to think about what your gut is actually doing for you? It's not just about digestion. Your gut is deeply connected to everything, from your brain to your immune system. And yes, even to your legs. Let me tell you a story about Ed, a 74-year-old retiree who had always been healthy, active, and independent. A few years ago, Ed started to notice a gradual decline in his leg strength. He was getting more aches in his knees, and his once strong legs began to feel weak after short walks. Like many seniors, he chalked it up to age, but something about it didn't feel right. A visit to his doctor revealed something surprising. Ed's gut health was off. He had what's called gut dysbiosis, which is a fancy term for an imbalance in the bacteria in your gut. This imbalance was causing inflammation in his body, affecting everything from his energy levels to his joints. The worst part? This inflammation was subtly draining the strength from his muscles and bones. After a few months of probiotics, fiber-rich foods, and eliminating processed sugars, Ed felt a remarkable difference. His legs began to feel more stable, his energy came back, and the discomfort in his joints started to fade. He could walk longer distances again without feeling winded or weak. Now you might be wondering, how does the gut affect the strength of my legs? It all goes back to the inflammation in your body. Chronic inflammation is a silent enemy. It doesn't announce itself, but it slowly chips away at your health. Especially in older age, when your gut isn't healthy, your body is more prone to inflammation, which can affect your muscles, your joints, and even your ability to move. Have you noticed how your body responds when you feel truly at peace, emotionally and physically? When you eat nourishing, whole foods, your body feels more connected. You feel stronger. And when you're upset, stressed, or your gut is off balance, it's not just your mind that feels it. Your body is telling you too. So the second habit we're diving into is not just about your legs. It's about nourishing the very system that supports everything you do, your gut. When you care for it, you care for your whole body, and that includes your legs. Remember, strength doesn't just come from your muscles. It comes from balance, physical, mental, and emotional. When it comes to strength, especially as we age, sometimes the most powerful habit is simply starting the day with intention. Think about it. How you begin your morning sets the tone for your body and your mind throughout the day. Have you ever noticed how waking up in a rush or jumping straight into a busy schedule can leave you feeling drained before you even start? But when you take just a few quiet moments to center yourself, stretch gently and nurture your body, the difference is night and day. Let me share a story about June, an 80-year-old who lives by the simple mantra, slow and steady. For years, June was known for her brisk morning walks. She used to walk for miles around her neighborhood. But as she got older, those walks became harder. Her legs felt stiffer. She was unsure of her balance, and eventually, she stopped. One morning, June decided to make a change. Not all at once, but slowly and with compassion for her body. She started with just a 5-minute morning stretch, a few gentle moves, stretching her arms overhead, rolling her ankles, and loosening up her legs by gently bending them while seated. It wasn't much, but it was enough to signal to her muscles, we're starting the day with movement. June's body responded in ways she didn't expect. By adding just 5 minutes of stretching each morning, she felt more limber, more stable, more confident. So, here's my question for you. What's one small change you could try this week? Maybe it's adding a gentle stretch when you first wake up, or taking a moment for deep breathing, or even drinking a glass of water to start the day hydrated. These simple habits don't just help your body, they help your mind. They give you a sense of accomplishment first thing in the morning, and with that, they set you up for a day where your body feels supported. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be time-consuming, but it does need to be intentional. Start with small, kind habits that remind your body it's not just surviving the day, it's thriving. And just like June, you'll find that as you honor your body's rhythms, your legs and your spirit will respond with strength. As we age, one of the most profound shifts we can make is realizing that purpose is just as important as physical health. In fact, it may be even more essential. When we were younger, Our days were often filled with tasks, goals, and outward achievements. But as we age, the focus shifts inward. We begin to ask, what matters most to me now? What brings me joy, peace, and a sense of meaning? Take the story of Harold, a 77-year-old who felt his legs becoming weaker and his energy slipping away. For years, Harold had been a successful lawyer, always busy, always on the move. But after retirement, he found himself drifting through his days, unsure of how to fill his time. The more isolated he felt, the weaker he became, both physically and emotionally. One morning, his granddaughter visited him and invited him to help her plant flowers in the garden. At first, Harold hesitated. His legs ached and he wasn't sure he could handle it. But there was something about the idea of planting something that would grow, that would outlast him, that sparked something deep within him. Harold agreed, and as he knelt in the soil, gently planting each flower, he felt a rush of peace. For the first time in months, his legs didn't feel quite so stiff. His heart didn't feel quite so heavy. He was doing something meaningful, something he loved. It wasn't just about the physical activity. It was about the purpose behind it, the connection with nature, with family, and with a sense of belonging. By adding this small ritual to his day, Harold reawakened his sense of strength, not just in his legs, but in his soul. What if this could be true for you too? What do you want the next chapter of your life to feel like? Do you want it to feel like strength, both in your body and in your spirit? Do you want to feel connected, purposeful, and at peace with where you are? The truth is, strength isn't just physical. It's emotional and spiritual too. When we nurture these parts of ourselves, our bodies, our legs, respond in ways we didn't expect. Purpose, joy, connection, these are powerful habits that restore us. As we wrap up today's conversation, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey you've just embarked on. You've learned about 3 simple habits, 3 small changes you can make today that have the power to restore strength, ease, and confidence in your legs. But these habits are more than just physical. They're pathways to something deeper, something that touches the very core of your being. From nourishing your body with the right foods, to nurturing your gut, to embracing small moments of movement and purpose, each step is a step toward restoring your vitality. And if you're feeling a little uncertain, if you're wondering, can I really make a change at this stage of my life? Let me reassure you. You are not too old. You are not done yet. Your body still listens when you care for it. Remember, the transformation you seek doesn't happen in a single leap. It happens in 1,000 quiet, consistent steps. Every time you eat a meal that nourishes you, every time you stretch or walk or take that moment for quiet, you are making progress. And it's okay if those steps are small, because every single one counts. You are fighting for your health. You are choosing strength over stagnation. You are choosing life over decline. And the most beautiful part? It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up for yourself. Every day. This is your time. This is your season to shine. Not in some far-off future, but right now in the quiet moments of your day. Start now, even if it's slow. Every small step is still yours. Your body is still capable. Your legs are still strong. You are still vibrant, still full of life. Don't let anything convince you otherwise. The path to strength begins with a single decision. And today, you've already taken that step. As we close, I want to leave you with a few moments of reflection. Think back to something you've heard today. What was one thing that made you think differently? Maybe it was the idea that your legs can regain strength, not through hours at the gym, but through small intentional steps in your daily routine. Maybe it was realizing that your gut health plays a bigger role in your physical vitality than you ever imagined. Or perhaps it was the quiet reminder that aging isn't about decline. It's about growth and adaptation. even in the later chapters of life. Take a moment to reflect on that. What small change will you try starting tomorrow morning? Maybe it's simply taking 5 minutes to stretch, starting your day with a nourishing breakfast, or even just breathing deeply before you get out of bed. No change is too small. Every action you take is a step toward greater strength and vitality. And if something in this video resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, your experiences, and your stories in the comments below. What's been your biggest challenge? What has helped you regain your strength? Feel free to tag a friend who might benefit from this message too. Remember, we are a community, a space for wisdom, support, and shared growth. You are not alone in this journey. We are walking this path together. If this video inspired you, or if you'd like to continue learning and growing with us, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. By doing so, you're not just supporting the content, you're becoming part of a community that celebrates resilience, empowerment, and the wisdom that comes with age. We're in this for the long haul, one small, meaningful step at a time, and together, we'll continue to grow stronger, healthier, and more connected.